That night, the compound lay in silence. The fires had gone out, and only the moon watched from above. The children slept on their thin mats, their breaths rising and falling in rhythm. But Erav was awake. His eyes were fixed on the cracked ceiling, his ears straining. And then it came again. That sound, a faint steady buzzing, like the flutter of insect wings. His stomach clenched. He knew it was not an ordinary insect. He had heard it before, and it had always come before the children grew weaker, before they disappeared. Erav sat up slowly, careful not to wake his younger sister sleeping beside him. The buzzing grew louder. His heart thudded so hard, he thought it might give him away. He crawled to the window and peered out into the courtyard. The moonlight stretched across the dusty ground, casting long shadows from the walls. And there she was, Gloria. She moved silently across the courtyard. Her steps made no sound. Her shadow stretched unnaturally long behind her. She wore the same faded dress from the day, but her body seemed different. Her movements too smooth, too sharp. And all around her, the buzzing swelled like a swarm of invisible wings. Erav froze, his hands trembling. For a moment, he wanted to run back to his mother and hide under the blanket. But then he thought of the children who were gone. He thought of the marks on his sister's arms. He thought of the whispers, "There is a shadow among us." He knew, if he didn't follow, no one would ever know the truth. So he crept outside. Barefoot, he stepped into the cold dirt, moving when she moved, hiding when she paused. He pressed himself against the mud brick wall, praying she wouldn't turn. The buzzing filled his ears now, so loud it felt like his head would burst. Gloria stopped at the doorway of the smallest room where the youngest children slept. Slowly, she leaned down. Era's breath caught in his throat. Her face changed. Her gentle smile stretched wider, unnaturally wide. Her skin seemed to ripple. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dark. And from her open mouth, the buzzing poured out, thick and terrible. Erav nearly cried out, but he clamped his hand over his mouth. His eyes burned with tears as he watched Gloria bend closer to the door. Her shadow slipped through the cracks as if it had a life of its own. Inside the room, the children stirred in their sleep, restless, whimpering. Era's body shook. Every part of him screamed to run. But if he ran, who would save the others? He stepped back too quickly. His heel struck a loose stone. It clattered against the wall. The buzzing stopped. Gloria's head snapped up. Slowly, her glowing eyes turned toward the shadows where Erav hid. The night froze. Erav pressed himself against the wall, his heart slamming against his ribs. He held his breath until his lungs burned. Gloria stared for a long moment. Then, she smiled. A smile that promised she knew something or someone was there. But instead of searching, she turned back to the children's door. The buzzing began again. Erav's knees nearly gave out. He knew one thing now. Gloria was no neighbor. She was a monster. And she was hunting the children. What exactly is Gloria? And will Erav find the courage to reveal her secret before she silences him forever? Watch out for part 4 to see what happens next. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and comment if you want the story to continue.